Hello and welcome. Today's session is a core and mobility session. So our core is super important. It supports our spine and it supports the movement of our arms and our legs. It affects our posture, our balance, and our overall strength. So really important part of the body to train and to work. So just a quick recap of neutral spine before we get going. So we want to make sure in whatever position we are, whether it's on the floor, standing up, that our rib cage is stacked over our hips and that we've got this sense of connection between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the hips. And what I mean by that is that we're not like flaring the rib cage out, yeah? We're bringing it under and we're connected. And that we've got our natural curves of the spine. That's in effect what neutral spine is. So let's get started with our warm-up. We are going to actually come down to the mat to start our warm-up today. So I want you to come and lie on your back, on your mat, with your knees bent and your feet and legs hip-width apart. Your arms are down by your side. We're just going to start, and I want you to take a nice deep breath in and feel the air expand into the back and sides of the rib cage. And then exhale. And again, breathing in and out. And then I want you to feel a gentle core connection. So a gentle abdominal drawing in and down towards the mat. It's not a brace, it's just that gentle connection. Also the pelvic floor. So think about squeezing a little bit to stop a flow of urine or to stop gas. That's our pelvic floor. And release. And again, squeezing and releasing. One more time. From here, we're going to tuck the tailbone gently, imprint the lower spine into the mat, and then come back to neutral. Tucking, imprinting. So these are pelvic tilts, and they are just getting us mobilizing and moving our lower back and our pelvis. And we want to try and articulate those lower vertebrae as we peel up and as we wheel back down again. So often it wants to move as a bit of a stiff block. Let's do 3 more. One more. And then on your next one, just keep peeling up into a spine curl. So we tuck the tailbone, gently imprint the lower spine and start to wheel the spine up. Keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Take a breath in at the top and exhale, roll the spine down, bone by bone. And again. Pressing those feet into the floor, feeling that connection up the back line of the legs. Hamstrings and glutes, as well as the articulation of the spine. You might notice I haven't got any shoes on for our session today. You don't need them for today's session. It's obviously fine to wear them if you want. One more here. From here, bring your feet and knees together, take your arms a bit wider and send your legs and pelvis over to one side into a hip roll. Then bring the legs back up to the center and over to the other side. Keep the shoulder blades down onto the mat and keep those knees and feet glued, super glued together. So this is a rotational movement for the spine. Using a little bit of that core connection as we bring those legs up to the middle again. This is not about getting your knees to the floor. I don't want you to take your knees that far, because if that happens, you'll likely not be able to keep the knees together. You're likely not going to be in control of the movement. One more to each side. And then back to the center, and feet back and legs back to hip width apart and parallel. From here, find that connection between the top of your hips and the bottom of your ribs. Breathe in and float the arms up. Breathe out and float them back behind you towards your ears. And again. So really simple movements, but I really want you to focus on keeping those ribs down, not letting them flare away from the mat as those arms reach back. Three more. Last one coming up. And then bring the arms back down. Okay, sitting yourself up, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. I'm actually going to take these socks off because I've noticed they're very slippy and not helping me. So onto your hands and knees, we're going to do a cat-cow. So we're going to have our wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Make sure the eyes of your elbows are looking at each other and not forwards, okay? Back of your head is the highest point to start. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, draw your belly button up towards your spine and flex through the spine, drawing your eye line to your knees. Breath in as you exhale. Send the head and tailbone away from each other through your neutral into your extension. Chest bone comes forwards, shoulder blades slide down the back. And again, through neutral, tuck your tailbone and sequentially come into your cat. Lengthen away with the head and tailbone through neutral. Eye line lifts, shoulder blades slide down the back. And again. Just allowing the spine to move through flexion and extension. One more. From here, back to neutral. Pick up your right arm, rotate outwards, bringing the right arm up towards the ceiling. Then bring it back down, bend the left elbow and thread the right arm underneath the left, right ear towards the floor. And again, press away and up and lift. And then down and through. We've got one more to do on this side. And then place the right hand back down on the mat. Lift your left arm, rotate the spine, lifting the fingertips up to the ceiling. Bend the right elbow, thread the left arm under the right, left ear towards the floor. Press the floor away and repeat. Last one. And rest. Okay, ladies, let's come up to standing. We're going to start the main body of the workout. So for our first little circuit, you're going to need, well, for the whole session, you're going to need some water and you're going to need a cushion or a pillow of some description. A cushion from the sofa or a pillow. If you need to go and grab one, you can pause the video while you do that. So let's start with circuit number 1. Come down to your mat and we're going to start with 10 dead bugs. So set yourself up in your neutral spine on your mat. Pick your feet up off the floor, 1 and 2, into a double knee fold right angle position. Arms are up over the chest. You're going to send left arm, right leg away. And draw back in. Keep your spine in neutral. Draw those abdominals down to the mat. Good. 2. We're alternating sides each time. 3. Rib cage down at the back. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Lower your arms down, lower your feet down one at a time. Make sure your feet and knees and legs are hip width apart and parallel. We're going to come into 10 glute bridge marches. So squeeze your glutes, lift up into your bridge position. Really engage those glutes underneath you to support you and your core. Stabilize on your left leg, bring your right leg into a knee fold. 1. Lower it back down to the mat carefully. Transfer your weight, lift the left leg. 2. Lower. 3. Try and keep those hips as high as you can. 4. 5. 6. 7. Try and keep the pelvis level as well. You'll find one side might want to drop, so keep them both lifted. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Place both feet down. Roll the spine all the way down. Come up to sitting. Now we need our cushion. We're going to pop the cushion one end of the mat and come and lie down on your side. Make sure your shoulders are stacked one on top of the other, your hips are, your knees and feet are forward, running along the front edge of your mat, so you're at 90-degree angle at the hips and the knees. Engage your waist. You've got a grape underneath this side of the waist on the mat, so we don't want to squash it, we want to lift. Lift your top leg, send it away from you in line with your spine, flex your feet. We're going to lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold that leg up. Softly point the foot. Circles in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Sit yourself up. Turn you're over to the other side. You can just roll over. I'm going to move my cushion to the other side of the mat so that you can still see me. And set yourself up as before. Shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees and feet. Underside of your waist is engaged. Lift your top leg, send it away in line with the spine, flex the foot. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Softly point the foot. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Right, we take a 60-second break. Bring yourself up to sitting. Grab yourself a bit of water if you need. We're going to repeat that again. So we're going to start with the dead bug. So we can move our cushion just to the side. Come and grab a bit of water. So we're going to do all of those exercises again. Dead bug, glute bridge marches, and that side lying series. So when you are ready, if you need a bit longer, please take it. Please pause the video. If not, come and lie yourself back down on your mat and we'll get set up for our 10 dead bugs. So feet underneath the hips, spine in neutral on the mat, arms down by your side. Pick up your feet, one and then the other, arms up to the ceiling, ready to go. Left arm, right leg, 1. Keep that rib cage down. Alternating sides, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Lower your arms, lower your feet one at a time. Make sure your feet and legs are parallel, hip width apart. Squeeze the glutes, lift up into your glute bridge. Right leg comes up for our march and lowers. Left leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the foot down, roll the spine all the way down. Sit yourself up, get your cushion in place, and come and set yourself up for your first side lying. Stacking our shoulders, hips, knees and feet, engaging the underside of the waist. Lift the top leg, send it away with a flexed foot. Lift and lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold that leg at hip height. Softly point the foot. Circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 10, 9, 8. Keep that core engaged. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Lower down. All right, other side to finish round 2. When you're in your position, lift up your legs, send it away in line with the spine. Lift and lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Softly point the foot, circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Brilliant job. Come up to sitting. Okay, that is the end of round 2. We're going to take a breather before we come on to the next circuit. So for circuit number 2, we don't need the cushion or pillow, so we can get rid of those. And actually, you don't need any equipment for circuit number 2. So I'm going to show you the exercises as we go through the first circuit. So when you're ready, come down onto all fours. So we're going to be in that same position that we were in our warm-up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, neutral spine. I want you to slide your left leg away along the mat. Then lift left leg, right arm. Lower them both down, draw in. Change to the other side, leg lengthens. Keep the shoelaces facing the floor and lift. Lower and in. Keep going. 3. Now keep those abdominals drawing up. So we're not allowing that lower back to collapse towards the floor. 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, 10. From here, we are going to still be in our 4-point kneeling. We're going to tuck our toes underneath. Engage your core and hover your knees 1 inch off the floor and pop them back down. 1. And again. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. On this last one, if you can manage it, we're going to hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower those knees down, untuck your toes. Great job, ladies. Turn yourself onto your back. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent. We're popping the hands in a clasp and we're popping the clasp of the hands behind the head. Elbows in your peripheral vision. We're doing curl ups for 20. Take a breath in as you exhale, chin towards the chest. Curl to the bottom of the shoulder blades and back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try not to yank on the head and the neck. Think about the rib cage sliding down to the hips as you curl up. This is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20, and rest. You can take your hands away, bring yourself up to sitting. Great job, ladies. That's the end of round 1. Little breather, grab some water. We're going to repeat that again for round 2. So just a little tip with those curl ups. Once the neck has to work because the head has to come off the floor. But once the head is off the floor, we think about sliding the rib cage down to the hips and shortening, contracting this abdominal area rather than pulling more and more on the head and the neck. Okay, just a little bit of tip for you there. Right, let's come back up into our 4-point kneeling for our tabletop. So knees under hips. Wrists under shoulders, core engaged. Head is the highest, back of the head is the highest point. Left leg slides away. Right arm, left leg lengthen. Down and in. Change sides. 2. Shoelaces stay facing the floor. 3. We're trying not to rotate the spine or the pelvis or the hips. 4. 5. We're also trying not to collapse the lower back towards the mat, so keep those abdominals drawing up to support it. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. From here, we stay in this same position. We tuck the toes under. 10 knee hovers with a hold for 10 on the 10th one. So we hover the knees 1, we tap them down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good job, ladies. Turn yourself onto your back. 20 curl-ups. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent, hands are clasped behind the head. Breath in as you exhale, chin towards the chest, curl up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway. Keep going. Remember that technique about not pulling and yanking on the head and the neck, but thinking about sliding the rib cage to the hips. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, last one, 20, and rest. Bring yourself up to seated. Well done, ladies. You have finished round 2 of circuit 2. Have a bit of water and we're going to then come into our cool down. Let's come and lie down on our back. We are going to do a figure of 4 stretch. So we're going to put one leg over the other and then draw the thigh in towards us. And then change sides. And then lower those legs down. Turn yourself over onto your front. We're going to do a mini cobra. So we've got the fingertips in line with the eyes, forehead down, core engaged. Take a little breath in as you exhale, nudge your nose forward, lift head and chest, and then all the way down. So we're focusing on lifting that chest off the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Now, if it's okay for your back, you can come into a full cobra here. If not, stay with the first version. A full cobra, we're coming through our mini cobra. And we're straightening the arms and lifting the hips. One more of whichever version you're doing. Push yourself up and back into a rest position or child's pose. Tuck your tailbone, bring yourself up to tall kneeling. Let the blood come back to your head. We are going to come and stand up. We're popping the feet wide. We're going to take the right arm up to the ear and lift up and over into a side reach. Up and down. Other side. Two more. And then pop your feet underneath your hips and we're going to roll down. So we take a breath in. As we exhale, chin towards the chest, round and roll. Scoop that tummy up towards the spine and rounding into your roll down. Breath in, exhale, tuck the tailbone, rebuild up. Bone by bone. Head is the last thing that comes up. Breath in, exhale, peeling the spine forwards and down. Find that scoop in the abdominals. Up you come. Restacking. Two more like this. Last one. All the way up, head on top. And thank you ever so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this workout and would like more and longer and more challenging workouts, then do have a check out of my Stronger Together studio. Also on this platform, for monthly subscription, you can access a lot more content. Thanks, ladies.